What I learned from quitting my job with no backup plan over a year and a half later is your feelings know exactly what you're supposed to be doing at any moment. If there's any part of you that feels like, ugh, I don't want to go to my job, your feelings are showing you that you're done. My feelings were showing me that for like months before I finally admitted to myself that I was done with my job. It took me so long because I had so many stories about how I had to have some other kind of plan. I had been, doing massage therapy for 6 years. It's what I went to school for. There's nothing else that I could do. It would take too long for me to learn something else, or I would have to go back to school. Oh my God, all the stories. My intuition, my feelings are like, no, we got you covered. Just quit. I'm like, what? I can't do that. When I followed that nudge to quit, my entire reality changed forever, permanently. Because there's something that happens when you follow your feelings and make a move that goes against all of your stories. Okay? You become someone who doesn't have those stories anymore in that moment. Like the second that you're telling yourself all these stories about how, you don't have enough money to quit your job, you're not going to be able to make money any other way, you don't know what to do, you're scared because you think you have to go back to school, all these things, right? The version of you that isn't worried about those things, that's got it covered, that's like, I trust myself to figure it out, is the version of you who makes the move to just do it anyway. So when I made that move and I had no idea what was going to happen, and everybody in my life's like, you're crazy, you can't just quit your job with no plan. And I made that move, I became someone else. Like, you want to talk about a quantum leap reality shift? That was one for me, a major one. And it was like, okay, like I just knew. I felt it in my bones. I didn't know how it was going to work out, but I just knew it was because I had decided that it was. And that's another thing that I learned from quitting my job is that the job doesn't give you security. You do. I had decided when I had that job that that was secure, right? It was safe and secure. And that was how I knew that my bills would get paid. I would have money to do the things I wanted to do. Like, it was safe and secure. Okay? I can tell you, I have felt safer and more secure with almost $0 in my bank account and no idea where the money's coming from than I did when I had thousands of dollars in the bank and had my job. Why, you may ask? Because when you're following your feelings in the moment, this whole idea of security in general and safety, like being safe and secure, it's funny because we create the illusion that having everything planned out, having a job, knowing when the money's going to come in, having, I worked enough hours, I know I'm calculating, that it's going to make us secure, right? We have this illusion that we buy into that someday, I'll get to that number where I'll finally feel like I can relax and enjoy my life. Or I'll finally feel secure enough. For me, it was like, I have to get a certain number of clients, or I have to get my hourly wage to a certain amount. I got multiple raises and basically tripled my income, and it still wasn't enough. I was still like, but I got to do more. I got to do better. I got to make sure I have enough money saved for retirement. Like, I was calculating, girl, how freaking old was I? 26? And I was like, I'm fucked. I'm going to have to retire someday. But the point is, I was never secure. I never felt secure. It didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter how many things out here I had set up to make me feel secure. I never felt secure. But that's because the security doesn't come out there. The secureness that you're looking for, that safety, is just a feeling that you can give yourself right now. And you can do it literally right now by asking your intuition to show me what it would feel like to feel safe and secure in my own body. Oh my fucking God. If you can do that right now, why can't you do that 24/7? You can. You can. Let me tell you, every idea and story that you put in, that you go, okay, that's a safety point. My savings account, okay, that's helpful. Okay, my backup plan. Okay, my 401k. Okay, my etc. Whatever these things are. Okay, I finally paid off my car. You know, like the things that you have that you're calculating that you're going, okay, that will give me another layer of feeling safe and good and protected in my experience. Every single one of those is a chain, a ball and chain that's just keeping you feeling less and less secure. If you feel insecure with your money experience, with your life experience, with the job that you're working, if there's part of you that's like, ugh, like I don't want to be doing this, but I have to because of security, that's never going to go away until you just decide to stop giving your power to it. Because that feeling, that fucking feeling comes from doing the shit that makes your soul light up on fire. That feeling of security that you're looking for, it's not a feeling of security. It's a feeling of being fucking alive and following your intuition. It's a feeling of doing the shit that you actually came here to do. You will feel more secure, more alive, more safe, more calm and confident in your own skin, however you want to describe it. That feeling that you're searching for, you will feel it. And this is what I've learned since quitting my job. You will feel it times a million when you're taking those unknown leaps, when you're going out of your way to push yourself beyond what you think is possible. When you cut away the safety net and you're just like, I'm free falling, dog. Let's go, intuition. Take my hand. When you start to let the miracles fucking happen and let your life work out in ways that you can't even imagine right now because you haven't experienced them yet. Because you've been so focused on creating this illusion of security that the magic of life has completely eluded you. I learned quitting my job that I can just follow what lights my heart up and everything works out. Oh my God. And it's so easy. It's so effortless too. That's how you know that you're on the right track too. Okay. So let me tell you, when I first started doing social media and like taking it seriously, like because I had quit my job, right? I didn't have a backup plan. I was just following what I was excited to do. And what I was excited to do was social media and coaching and hosting retreats and all of these things that I've done since then. Okay. Because there's tons of them. You don't have to pick just one. That's the other thing. Holy fuck. Okay? When you're doing what your intuition brought your ass to earth to do and play in this fucking video game, it all gets to work out and work together. You don't have to pick and choose. You don't have to fit yourself into a box to make sure that everything is fine in the reality that you're creating. Okay? When you're doing those things, like my follower count, woo, shot up so fast. I had paying clients within the first week that I put up a coaching offer. Okay, these things don't take forever. That's why, like, I know now when I'm working with people and coaching them and they're giving me their whole sob story about how, yeah, well, you know, I'm just running out of money, or they're giving me their sob story about, yeah, it just doesn't really seem like things are working out. I know they're lying. I know without a shred of a doubt in my being that they're lying, because when you're not lying, when you're doing the things that you actually enjoy that light you up with energy, okay, which is what not lying is. Let me just take a segue for 1 second, because if you're like, what do you mean by not lying? The only difference between the truth and a lie is the one that you feel something about is the truth. The only thing you know to be true about this reality is feelings. And I can make a whole nother video about this, okay? And I will link it in the description. I'll make it right after this. So to tell the difference between a truth and a lie, click the link in the description. But when you're telling the truth, aka following your feelings, going with the vibe of like what actually lights you up in the moment, oh my God, like the speed at which everything works out and your experience gives you feedback of like, yes, more please, is so rapid that the second that I'm working with somebody and they're like, yeah, you know, it just doesn't really seem to be working out, I know they're bullshitting. And that's how you can know you're bullshitting too. If you're doing anything in your life and it feels like you're pushing a fucking boulder up a hill and it's just not working out for whatever reason, I'll tell you the reason. It's really not hard to figure out. You're just lying. You have reasons why you think you should be doing this thing. You're trying to justify it because you think you're going to get some sort of outcome. Just like a job, just like I was doing with my job. Okay? Quitting my job has made me realize that anytime you're trying to do something because you want to get a specific outcome out of it, not just to do it because it feels good in the moment, because it feels right, because it feels like it lights your freaking soul up and makes you actually want to get out of bed in the morning and live your life. The things that make you feel like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be me. I'm excited to live my life. My life is interesting. When you're doing those things, everything works out in ways you can't even imagine right now. But when you're going against your feelings and forcing yourself to do things for a specific outcome, it's going to feel like you're pushing a boulder up the hill. You're going to run into roadblocks constantly and feel like, oh, this isn't working out. Yeah, because it's not actually what you're meant to be doing. Yeah, the things that you're meant to be doing might be scary. They might be so intense. They might feel so out of your comfort zone. You might still run into roadblocks, but you're going to bulldoze them over with no fucking problem because you have the energy of 1,000 suns lighting up your ass. Okay? Like, if you don't wake up feeling that energized about what you do, you're lying. And that's all I'm going to say on this video. So, that's what I learned from quitting my job. I love you. Join the fucking phase 2 community and start living your life through your intuition and your feelings. Stop lying to yourself. Your life does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be a struggle and a suffer, and I have to work so hard and go through so many trials and tribulations to finally earn being able to be happy. No. Okay? It doesn't. Join the community, hit the link, subscribe to the channel. New videos every Monday through Friday. Mandy out. Peace.